What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV, man. Long time no see, man. Shout out to the members, man. Shout out to all my guys out there, man. We're gonna get into a nice hot topic today, man. It's been a minute. You feel me? Like I said before, we're gonna be talking about some of the big news coming out of the Ball family. Lonzo, like I said, it's one of my favorite players. Probably my favorite player to watch. Lamelo, Liangelo. Um, I'm pretty sure some of y'all are aware. It wasn't mega reported. You feel me? Pardon me. It wasn't like reported all over the airways, but they just signed a deal collectively as a family with Rocnation Sports. Shout out the whole New York City, Brooklyn. You feel me? I think that I got a lot of I got a lot of things to touch on. We're gonna get into all of it. Before we do that, hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button. Um, shout out to everybody that's lost somebody due to this situation with this whole virus. Um, Before we get into it, let's give a brief moment of silence to anybody that's pretty much going through something, who lost somebody. All together, let's just do a quick brief moment of silence here at Flight Sports TV. So let's get right back into the topic. You know, um, like I said, donate to the platform. Anybody that want to take their support to the next level, all the links will be in the description box below. Um, so let's get right into it. Like I said, it was reported they was going with LeBron's agent Rich Paul with Clutch. Well, it was Lonzo. It was looking like it was on the verge of happening, but obviously it didn't. They had other avenues. So like I said, it's the done deal. They was the bottom line is LeVar when Lonzo first got into the league, LeVar was representing him. That was pretty much his agent. You feel me? Um, but they went with the big baller brand. Of course, that was his agency. But we all know who was running that. That was LeVar. Shout out to LeVar. Um, because he don't get enough credit, and a lot of things he's saying is coming to fruition. But that's neither near nor there. But listen, Lonzo signs with Rock Nation, Liangelo, and Lamelo. What does this mean? It means a whole lot. You feel me? Bottom line is they got great representation, and I might have dipped. Lonzo signed with CAA. I meant to add that in. He fired them. He was pretty much agentless. Now with the deal with Rock Nation, collectively. You know, so basically, this is gonna spearhead a great thing for the family. Number one, I see now them all playing on the same team is kind of getting realistic with a couple of caveats. A couple of caveats, okay? Um, but before we get into them all playing on the same team, that's a little far ahead. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But I think this opens up a shoe deal for this family. I'd stated this before in my previous videos. The members know. I stated Lonzo dropped the ball on his sneaker deal. When he first got in the league, Nike wanted the co-brand with the big baller brand. You feel me? It wasn't just gonna be him signing with Nike on the Nike shirts. It would have been the big baller brand label on there too, along with his sneakers. The big baller brand would have been on the sneakers. It was gonna be a co-branded. LeVar wanted nothing to do with that. No type of co-branding. You understand? So now it seems like the big baller brand is kind of not, I wouldn't say out the window, but maybe this opens up an avenue with the shoe deal that's going to take place with LaMelo. Bottom line is, I'm a firm believer, like I stated on my previous content, LaMelo Ball will pretty much get Lonzo a shoe deal back on track because remember, I believe it's gonna be a caveat with the Lamelo deal. Lamelo's getting a shoe deal. You feel me? So it's gonna be a caveat. You want Lamelo, you taking Lonzo and Liangelo, but preferably Lonzo. You gotta take Lonzo to get to get Lamelo. You understand what I'm trying to say? Whether that's Jordan Brand, Nike, Puma, Under Armour, whatever out of the conjunction of the conglomerates. You feel me? Lonzo will have that shoe deal along with him, and Liangelo will be pretty much right behind them. But I do believe Lonzo and Lamelo will kind of stand at that forefront. Liangelo will get in the league. Okay, now with Jay Z and all the representation along with that, I could see them forcing a way somewhere. Hopefully, with the Jay Z situation, he does come to New York. You know, because that's the plan right there. I believe. Listen, Lavar wants Lamelo in New York. Lamelo wants to come to New York. You understand? This is the destination for Lamelo Ball. Okay, um, him coming to the Knicks to play with, like I said, with R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson. It's some pieces on the Knicks. Believe it or not, there's a couple of diamonds in the rough. Um, Along with people that you might have to give up this and the third. But just to touch on the Knicks and the LaMelo situation, could you imagine that shoe deal? New York City, Rock Nation. You could discredit James Dolan all you want. People like to discredit. The man can make somebody a gazillionaire. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? That was one reason what may have turned. Well, LeBron is becoming that anyway. But if he would have got with James Dolan, LeBron would have been a billionaire right now. You understand? And y'all could take it or leave it. I'm pretty sure LeBron will become a billionaire, but he would be a billionaire today if he was a New York Knick. And y'all could debate that in the comments section. Dolan will bring big baller brand, LeVar Ball, LaMelo Ball to the forefront, especially if LaMelo Ball is the real deal, which I believe he will be. Um, so that kind of could, and listen, Rock Nation, you got LaMelo going wherever he's going, crossing my fingers he coming to the Knicks. Let's just think hypothetically for a second. Okay, LaMelo's on the Knicks. Okay, um, cool. Lonzo's deal is up. Lonzo will be up after next season. It's time for Lonzo to get paid, or you feel me? There's gonna be some decisions being made. You feel me? It's time. It's almost time for Lonzo to get that money. You feel me? Don't be surprised if it's a situation where pretty much the Pelicans might try to get cute, which I don't believe is going to happen. Which I hope it don't happen. But don't be surprised if the Pelicans don't want to give up that money. You understand? If they don't want to give up that money, don't be surprised if it's some type of deal in the woodworks with him coming to New York. I know this is a stretch. I automatically believe you got Liangelo with the Oklahoma City G League squad, but don't be surprised if LaMelo ends up being that lightning rod pause in terms of getting these people assembled. You feel me? Because remember, all of them are on the same agency. You already know is in the woodworks. They all want to play on the same team. You understand? Cool. The only thing that could force something like that happen, I believe Liangelo is going to be with Lamelo eventually. Let's see what happens with Oklahoma City. I could see, you know, them. He would Rock Nation. They could mess around and force his ass getting released, and don't be surprised if he ends up getting released and he's on the New York Knicks G League team along with Lamelo. And you know Lamelo's gonna feed that boy. You feel me? Um, Boom, you got two of them right there. Now, let's see what happens with Lonzo and them trying to give up that max money. I'm not saying he should get the max, but if he ain't getting the max, he damn near better get close because the way his projection is, he deserves somewhere in that range, and he's so important to the players that's there right now. When you're talking about a Zion, when you're talking about a BI, when you're talking about all of the collection of shooters from that's up on starting to the bench, Lonzo is a perfect fit, like a glove for that Pelicans team. So the only way I could see something like that with Lonzo, because Lonzo's in a really good situation. You feel me? Like, believe it or not, the Pelicans are in a win situation. They're gonna be the team of the future if they could keep this assembled. But don't be surprised if they don't want to pay Lonzo. He might end himself up with Lamelo Ball. And the way Lonzo is shooting and projected to improve, a lot of things that LaVar was stating will come to pass. It's Flight Sports TV. The Ball brothers signed with Rocnation Sports. Y'all know who's behind that. Hove, Jay-Z, New York City, Brooklyn. Do I need to say that again? New York City, Brooklyn. Don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is starting to get in position. Pause. It's Flight Sports TV. Let's get in that comment section. Let's politic this. You feel me? I'm not sure how many years, the terms, or whatever, but it's major news coming from the Ball family. I apologize. Sorry for the wait. It's Flight Sports TV. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We almost at 300 subscribers. Let's get to 300, and I got a special announcement for the people. It's Flight Sports TV. Shout out to the members. Shout out to all the guys that's been supporting the channel from day one. It's Flight Sports TV. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we out of here.